Hey everybody, let's go! We're about to drop into a country that's been on my list forever. Denmark. Think Hygge vibes, sleek design, and pastries that'll blow your mind. We're diving deep, gonna touch down in the heart of Denmark, feel the pulse of the city, soak in the history. We're talking castles, coastlines you gotta see to believe, and enough cultural experiences to fill a year's worth of vlogs. But we're gonna cram it all in. I'm talking top 10 must-visit spots, the kind of places that'll make you rethink your whole travel bucket list. We're gonna be moving fast, so buckle up, smash that like button, and let's jump right into it. First up, we're hitting Tivoli Gardens, and let me tell you, this place is like stepping into a fairy tale. Imagine vintage roller coasters twisting through lush gardens, ornate theaters hosting mind-blowing performances, and this electric energy that just sucks you in. It's like Disneyland's cooler, more sophisticated older sibling. This place is steeped in history, dating back to the 1800s, and it's woven into the fabric of Danish culture. You can feel it in the atmosphere, the laughter, the way people just seem to unwind here. We hopped on some rides. That demon roller coaster had me screaming, grabbed some ridiculously good street food, and just wandered through the gardens, soaking it all in. Don't miss the Pantomime Theater, a Tivoli Gardens classic. The performances are silent but so expressive, it's like watching a moving painting. And if you're there after dark, the entire park lights up, transforming into this magical wonderland. Seriously, Tivoli Gardens is worth the hype. Next up, we're checking out a Danish icon, the Little Mermaid. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, it's just a statue, but hear me out. This little lady is perched on a rock overlooking the harbor, and there's something about her quiet grace, her gaze fixed on the horizon, that just draws you in. She's been sitting there since 1913, inspired by Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tale. And let's be real, who hasn't grown up with that story? Standing there, looking out at the water, you can almost feel the weight of the story, the longing, the sacrifice. Now, a little insider tip, get there early. This statue is a magnet for tourists, and you don't want to be fighting for a view. Trust me. Okay guys, if you're a foodie like me, Nyhavn is calling your name. This waterfront district is a feast for the senses. Imagine rows of brightly colored houses lining the canal, historic wooden ships bobbing gently in the water, and the air filled with the sounds of laughter, clinking glasses, and the tantalizing aroma of, well, everything. Grab a seat at one of the cafes lining the canal, soak up the sunshine, and just watch the world go by. It's the perfect spot to relax, people watch, and just soak up the Copenhagen vibe. Alright families, this one's for you. Legoland Billund, the original Legoland, is a wonderland of colorful plastic bricks and childhood dreams come true. We're talking roller coasters that zip through Lego landscapes, mind-blowing creations built with millions of bricks, and enough interactive exhibits to keep kids of all ages entertained for days. There are rides for little ones, interactive play areas, and even a water park to cool off in. Don't miss Miniland, where iconic landmarks from around the world are recreated in miniature with incredible detail. It's like taking a world tour, Lego style. Next up, we're diving into history at the National Museum of Denmark. This place is a treasure trove of artifacts and exhibits that tell the story of Denmark from the Stone Age to the present day. We're talking Viking artifacts, royal regalia, and even a 17th century Danish house you can walk through. One of the coolest things about this museum is how interactive it is. They've got touchscreen displays, reconstructions of ancient dwellings, and even a Viking ship you can climb aboard. Now, a little pro tip. The museum is free on Tuesdays, so if you're on a budget, plan your visit accordingly. Also, download their app. It's got audio guides, interactive maps, and tons of cool behind-the-scenes info. Get ready for some serious natural beauty, because we're heading to the Skagen beaches. This is where the North Sea and the Baltic Sea collide, creating this constantly shifting landscape of sand dunes, crashing waves, and the most incredible light you've ever seen. We're talking wide-open beaches that stretch for miles, perfect for long walks, horseback riding, or just chilling and soaking up the sun. The sand dunes are like something out of a movie, constantly sculpted and reshaped by the wind. Don't forget your camera because the photo ops here are next level. Calling all music lovers. If you're in Denmark in late June, you gotta check out the Roskilde Festival. This is one of the largest and most iconic music festivals in Europe, and it's an experience like no other. We're talking 8 days of non-stop music, from international superstars to up-and-coming indie bands, all spread across 8 stages. But it's more than just the music. It's the atmosphere, the energy, the sense of community. People come from all over the world to camp out, dance in the mud, and celebrate music. It's wild, it's chaotic, and it's an absolute blast. Get your tickets early because this festival sells out fast. And be prepared for anything. Okay guys, Aarhus. This city doesn't get as much hype as Copenhagen, but trust me, it's a hidden gem. It's got all the charm and culture of the capital, but with a more laid-back, artsy vibe. We're talking colorful street art, trendy cafes, and a buzzing nightlife scene. One of my favorite things about Aarhus is the Latin Quarter. It's this maze of cobblestone streets lined with independent boutiques, vintage shops, and some of the coolest bars and restaurants in the city. And if you're into art, you gotta check out the Eros Aarhus Art Museum. Their rooftop installation, Your Rainbow Panorama, gives you this insane 360-degree view of the city through a rainbow-colored walkway. Get ready to step back in time, because we're visiting Kronborg Castle. This imposing fortress sits on the coast, guarding the entrance to the Baltic Sea. It's straight out of a history book, with towering ramparts, cannons pointing out to sea, and this aura of power and grandeur. This place has seen it all: wars, royal intrigue, you name it. It was even the inspiration for Shakespeare's Hamlet, and every year, they hold performances of the play within the castle walls. Take a tour, explore the dungeons, and climb to the top of the ramparts for breathtaking views of the coastline. Last but not least, we're hopping over to Bornholm, this little island off the coast of Denmark. Now this place is special. It's like stepping back in time in the best way possible. We're talking pristine beaches, rolling hills dotted with windmills, and these charming little villages where life moves at a slower pace. We rented bikes and explored the island, stopping at little cafes for coffee and pastries, browsing local craft shops, and just soaking up the peaceful atmosphere. It's the perfect place to unwind, recharge, and reconnect with nature. One of my favorite memories from the trip was hiking to the top of Dude Lighthouse. And that's a wrap on Denmark, guys. This country totally blew me away. From the vibrant cities to the peaceful countryside, Denmark has something for everyone. I hope this video has inspired you to add Denmark to your travel bucket list. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more travel adventures. And hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Until next time, keep exploring.